Warm greetings to everyone. With the grace of God, again we are together to hear unheard stories from a very renowned personality among us. This is Rasleen, today's host with my co-host Aayush Vats. He has recently passed class 12 last year and as of now he is about to take an admission in an IIT. He has interest in astronomy and computers and has decent speaking skills.
Thank you, Rasleen, for this wonderful introduction. Let me introduce you all to this amazing personality, Rasleen. Rasleen is in grade 8, studying at Oxford School, Canada. She loves to dance, paint, and play harmonium. She is overall coordinator of HETS Youth League Association and interviewed many intellectuals till yet.
Thank you very much, Ayush. I had a wonderful journey in HETS since 2020, and I have learned a lot from the managing director of HETS, Dr. Aruna Vadkar, and my other mentors. HETS, Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, is registered with MSME Government of India in May 2017, ISO 9001-2015 certified. Another progressive turn with the launch of HETS Pratishtha India Trust NGO Foundation in 2021, where HETS aspires to empower women, children, people across all genders, academic dropouts through education, develops knowledge, skill development, educational and corporate training, improving employability scope, assessment, and counseling projects. HETS is an education consulting and service company exclusively dealing with end-to-end education service provider pan India. Our team works with the educational institutions in planning, developing and managing educational institutions that meets their vision, mission and goals. HETS has more than a decade of experience setting up and running schools and preschools across the country. Transformation can happen only through focus and passion apart from learning, teaching, and leadership.
I am thrilled to have this information from you, and I'm feeling proud that I have recently joined HETS Youth League. As you said, I very well know that the true spirit behind such transformations is present among us. She is none other than Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am. Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am is the founder and managing director of HETS Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions. She is the founder and chairperson of HETS Pratishtha India Trust and the resource person of Indianica Learning Private Limited, Britannica. Also, she is the advisory board member and mentor of Mount Litera Z School and advisory board member and counselor of Green Eden Public School. Along with all this, she is also the president of WICCI, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for Karnataka Training and Development Council. So now, I request ma'am to grace the occasion with her motivating words before we start the interview.
Great. Thank you so much, Rasleen, for the warm description of HETS. And thank you, Aayush, for introducing me to Professor Muhammad Shahriar. And it's a great pleasure, Professor, to have you on a platform and, to have a conversation which will be productive to our youth. And this platform, as my members of HETS Youth League Association have mentioned, we named it as Youth League because nowadays it's very important that we spark and ignite that spark in the youth, that they start thinking about their own self, about their own country, about what is in store for them and what they can make in store for themselves in future. So that's how we start from the beginning, because being into education sector over 3 decades, I always believe that learning and growth, learning, growth, and grooming yourself is beyond books. It's that books doesn't teach you all those things, but it is from the early age that you instill in these kids the skills that they need to face the challenging life of outside. Then that is where you are making a difference in this society in the minds of the youth, in the young children. So HETS is, as all the details have been given, we have been moving slow and steady. Yes, we are not running as such, but though it is being as a tortoise race, and we know that the concept will change gradually, and we are in the formation of the change that can bring it to the nation and to the youth as such. So when we talk about the interviews, we just want to know that the knowledge, the wisdom that the experienced intellectuals have brought, or they have it with them, and they bring it on a platform, so that whoever goes through those intellectual wisdoms that has been shared on this platform will definitely gain something or the other from each individual that we present on them. So this is, we have HETS is on, we have pages on all the social medias. We have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook page, we have LinkedIn page. So what we do is we just invite whoever is interested, and every intellectual member who comes in for the interview, we request that recommend someone or the other for them to be coming up on this platform and to share their wisdom. And we also conduct many conferences, many where we have topics, various topics, where these the speakers would come along and speak on different topics to make it worthwhile to spend that time what we are online being productive, rather than just being, okay, we want to show ourselves online and show that people that yes, we are something. Social media, no. My motive is, HETS motive is to make something productive towards the nation, towards the country, towards our youth. That is what we want. That is what we are. So thank you so much. And yes, Dr. Anurup Kaur is one of the pillars for HETS, and she is the one who is, in fact, I should say, in my busy schedule and her busy schedule, she is the one who is literally motivating me. Yes, ma'am, we can do that. So yes, we have Dr. Anurup here. I think you know her much better than, that is what with me. But then, yes, thank you so much, Dr. Anurup. And yes, over to you, people. Take on further. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As usual, we always learn something new every time from our beloved ma'am, Dr. Arna Vatkar. She is a true combination of beauty and brain. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Now, let me introduce the intellectual of the day, Professor MD Shahriar Parvez, who is here to share his stories with us. He is an academician, professor, and researcher, development economist. He is the Intel Award winner, Chancellor's Gold medalist, valedictorian, social activist, inspirational, motivational, and conference speaker advisor, and think tank. Fashion critic, writer, editor, author, doctorate honoris causa, social knowledge, and humanitarian. He is PhD Research Fellow, MDS, and MBA. He is the founder and CEO of Independent Perception and Research Hub, also known as IPRH. Sir, it is a pleasure to have you with us on this platform. With your wonderful woman experience, I'm curious to know the thought that came to your mind when you opted for this profession.
Thank you so much. I am become so much honored, because in front of me, actually, there are Rasleen is here, the most wonderful angel, and also in front of me, Aayush is here, the most challenging guy. So far, I believe that. And also in front of me, Dr. Dr. Aruna, Madam is here, and also Dr. Arup, who actually invited me in this platform. Basically, I am so much glad to know that this organization actually related with education, and they try to develop the thoughts of education from different educational personalities around the world. And so far, Rasleen, dear Angel already told that that I am the founder and CEO of Independent Perception and Research Hub. So I think that in our future, if it is possible, then I hope that IPRH will try to collaborate with HETS. So if it is possible, then I am trying for this collaboration, because it is my organization also believes that knowledge is power. So, for that reason, I am thanking again Dr. Arup to invite me this kind of platform. So now come to the point that our Angel already asked one important question, that what's the reason behind of this profession, why I select this profession. So basically, the point is here that when you become a teacher, teaching profession actually a job. It's also a job of 24 hours. So if anyone told that, yes, my job is 8 to 5, then we told, no, our teacher job is 24 hours, because his brain is always working and working. So and another point is here, after my graduation, after my MBAs, and also my another masters in development economics, there are lots of job organization, the multinational organization offer me various kinds of job. Also stock exchange also offer me a job in their organization. But I believe that teaching profession is a noble profession. So for that reason, I'm thinking that if I am starting my career in this profession, that only one thing will happen in future, that I am sharing my knowledge with so many peoples around the world. And another point is here, always I believe that knowledge is power, and this knowledge give you the freedom. So that is the main point that I select this profession for a teacher. So thank you.
Sir, as we know that you are an amazing educator and also a research fellow. So according to you, what is more important, teaching or learning?
So much important question. Aayush, you are a very smart guy. The point is here that if you are a teacher, then if you think that teaching is your main priority, yes, it is your priority, but at first you must learn something. Madam Aruna already told that bookish method actually now in this era, this for the sustainable development education, bookish method actually at one time it will be abolished, because the point is here is come the activity based learning system. So when the activity-based learning system is come to your educational sector in your institution, then a teacher, a faculty must learn each and every time a new topic. If the book said it is on 1985, then I must say that what's happened in 2022, what's the fact happened in this year, that is the main thing. And the point is here, as a faculty, you are the, suppose you are the student, you have your teacher. So some of the teacher actually catch up your mind that you think that, yes, this faculty is our role model. So how can you believe? You believe their knowledge, their gesture, their person. Yes, how can they deliver their lecture each and every day? And when 1 hour class is over, you say, no, sir, okay, you say something more on this topic, something more on this topic. So that is the main thing, that if your knowledge, your learning is not fulfill the class, then it is not possible for a teacher to teach and teach and teach. So I always believe that learning is the main part. And yes, activity-based learning is the most important point for the educational sector, because but when I cover of many international conference, I'm giving my lecture on Bloom's taxonomy. This is a very much important taxonomy. So recently in 2019, I was work with World Bank, and it's a HECEP project like IQAC project in my university. So I was the chairman of that department. So I know how can the World Bank suggest us that yes, the organization, the multinational organization who needs the activity-based student who knows something, know how to do this. So it is the main point that now CGPA is not the main factor. The main factor is how can you solve the problem on the activity-based situation. So learning is the main part, I think so.
I'm amazed to hear your insightful thought. And I'm sure you must have observed many classrooms. So, as per your experience, would you like to share the limitations you observed in the classroom for a teacher while teaching?
So much important question, and it is a very valuable question because as a faculty, as a teacher, when you enter the classroom, then at first you have two eyes, and in front of you there are 100 or 1,000 eyes. So each and every eyes look on you. So there are so many limitations in the classroom when you want to quite fully and successfully deliver a lecture. The number one is here is a noise problem. Most of the time when I go to many institutions, some of the time the noise is coming. So it is another limitation because it is a communication. So when you communicate with your student, at that time the feedback is very much important part. So when the noise is come here, then it is a limitation, is a problem. So another point is come, that is called that your classroom structure. Now many of the institution already build up the Google Classroom in their classroom style. They change their pattern. Okay, so if your student is now, you are just writing on a board by a pen or a marker, then now in this era this will be changed. This must be changed because you have to show something that yes, I have something interact with. Suppose the COVID-19 gives us one lesson, that is it is possible to study in online. Because before COVID-19, our student, our children goes to school, they study on the classroom, but now your classroom is an online classroom. So thousands of people are connected in the online classroom. So yes, as a faculty, there are many kinds of limitation in your classroom you observe. Like when I was with World Bank, I find out that the main obstacle of the classroom is the infrastructure. That how can you prepare a classroom for the student? And another point I noticed that when the faculty or teacher delivered their lecture, at that time attention is very much important. That if your student are not be attentive at that time, or if that faculty has no capacity to catch up their attention, then there is also a limitation, because it's a cope up with the student and teacher. So faculty and teacher cooperation is the main thing. So I think that nowadays the technology, we are in a technology based learning system we have, and the institution, basically I am the faculty of a university, so I know the university learning system is quite different from the primary or tertiary education. So I'm learning on the so here's an open field. Like some of the time in my class, I just go and say, okay, in this course, we have no book. So how can you learn? You learn by your mobile phone, because you have your mobile phone inside your pocket. So please bring up your mobile phone and go to that page, that website, that thing. And when you use this mobile phone on social media, suppose Facebook, you use this mobile phone as like that. Yes, Facebook is a field of my study. So you study from Facebook, no problem. So if you are want to get something from your student, as a faculty, you must have the knowledge that how can your student be attentive with your lecture. Otherwise, it's not possible.
That was really great to hear, sir. As we all know that different children have different mindsets and different interests. So what do you observe when you see teachers mentoring students with different interests and different abilities?
It's a very important question, because I already told about the Bloom's taxonomy. Like Bloom's taxonomy, in the Bloom's taxonomy, you have the psychological part. Like you have some domain under the Bloom's taxonomy. So you understand the mind of the student. Like if you are a teacher and you enter the class and some of your students are not attentive, they are not listening to you, then you must understand that yes, they are showing their interest in another side. So as a faculty, you must find out that thing. So who are attentive, who are not. Suppose some of the students are more extrovert, some of the students are more introvert. So as a faculty, if you don't understand that who actually introvert and who actually extrovert, then it's not possible for you to give them the proper lesson. Because if you just write down the lecture on the board and give your lecture, and after that time you just come out from the classroom, then it is not a nature of today's faculty. Because today's faculty, I believe that I am also be attentive of my student. And when I ask them after every class, I take 5 minutes pop quiz. It is called pop quiz or short quiz or surprise quiz. That the quiz question is here, that please find out your faculty's limitation in today's class. That is the quiz. Yes, if the student is find out the limitation of their faculty, then you can understand easily that yes, this student don't get this point. So it means that some of the time he is introvert in their mind. He never asked me the question. They said, I didn't get this answer. So this is the main thing. So at first, you must understand and try to understand that what are the student actually extrovert. So who are extrovert, they are very happily asked you the question. But those who are introvert, they are always feeling shy. That, oh, if I ask, if I say that, what the sir said, or if I ask the question, if it is not relevant with the class, that they are feeling shyness. So as a faculty member, you must remove that shyness. So you contract with them. Suppose you contract with them, you have the mobile number of the student. So you just call to the student, not the parents to the student. So don't call the parents, call rightly to your student, because it is a teacher and student relationship. Then you will get the benefit from the classroom. Otherwise, it is not possible to get benefit from a classroom, because a classroom is a point. In a classroom, you have the ambassador of your institution. So if you are not prepared rightly, well of your ambassador for this world, then you are not a great faculty, you are not a successful faculty. I believe that I am not a successful faculty. I am still learning how to teach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us. Proceeding further, here everyone wants to understand the importance of a positive attitude for a mentor in a challenging time. I feel he must have a lot to share about it.
It's a little bit twisting question. Like, as a challenging part or as a faculty, you must motivate your student at first. So motivation is the main point. So as a mentor, that how can you be a role model of your student? So at first, if you become a role model of your student, then you must learn something of a mentorship inside you. So if you are not doing a mentorship inside you, if you are not showing your mentorship to your student, then it's not possible to get something about good from your student. Like in a Bloom's taxonomy, I'm just referring the Bloom's taxonomy, there are 3 domains here. And in one domain is told that, yes, your student have some insight capacity. Like some student wants to sing. Some students are writing a poem. They are good at their singing. So in a classroom, if you are a mentor, you give them chance. Yes, you express yourself. So as a mentorship, as a faculty, as a mentor, you must facing the challenge in every time, in every class. Because as a teacher, as a mentor, you don't know what type of question your student ask you today. So you must be prepared. You must be prepared each and every time that, yes, today my student asked a lot of questions to me. If I am not able to answer their question at that time, then I just take time. Okay, my dear student, you just asked me this question today. I will give you this answer tomorrow, because I am not the person to know everything in this world. I have some limitation inside me. So I am still learning. So, but at that time, you you always motivate your student. Okay, no problem. You are asking the good question. So I don't know this question, the answer of this question right in this moment, but I am promising you that tomorrow I will give you this answer. But yes, you have very much knowledgeful student. So you asked me this question. So this is the way, how can you motivate your student? Because if you are a mentor without motivation, without giving the motivation to your student, then it's not possible to get the feedback, the good feedback from your student. So I always believe that as a mentorship, when you are applying the mentorship to your student, then always trying with motivation and with communicative power. And I am also told one thing, that communicative social capital is the most important part, because we are social. So in a classroom, if you are being that you are social, then you must communicate with your student. Thank you.
So that was really nice to know. As we know that different places, different countries have different practices when it comes to education. So can you share some of the practices, some of the best practices of your country in education?
It's another valuable question. So far, I point out that each and every country has their different culture. They have different culture. And suppose, like in our South Asian countries, we have some related culture, but there are some difference in our urban student, also our rural student. So our urban student gets some facilities, our rural student get another facilities. Like in our country, in Bangladesh, our village student has some limitation, because they have some limitation of online education. They have some limitation of electricity problem. But yes, our government always trying to minimizing this. So here in our country, the best practices here, we are always try to give a suggestion each and every family that please must take one initiative that your student must go to school. You must ensure that thing, because if your student goes to school, then they learn the manner, they learn the norms, they know the culture, they know the country, and they know the world. So in our country, our government already removes the fees from primary and also in tertiary education for women. Because we always believe that, I'm also told you that we are in a third world country. Now we are in a South Asian country. So our culture is so much similar. So our government trying to, what is, empower the woman. So if the woman is empowered, then suppose I'm telling you one story. In one interview board, I'm asking one faculty, like he's come here for a faculty position in an interview board. I'm said, what's your father actually? What's the job of your father? So he just told me, yes, sir, my father is an engineer. Okay, fine. What's the job of your mother? Oh, my mother is a housewife. And say, excuse me, how can you say that your mother is a housewife? Without the help of your mother, you are not become a faculty member in this institution, because your mother is the only one person who actually capture your family and also give you the lesson, and your mother is the first teacher in your life. So that is the point. So if we are not empowering the student, empowering the woman, then it's not possible to empower the whole society. So gender bias is a very much important factor in this era. So male dominated culture, no, it's not possible, because now world is changed. World is changed, and I always respect my mother, I always respect women, because they are the creator. Also our prime minister is a woman, I also respect her. So I am believing that, and yes, it's happened in our examination, the higher educational examination, in the primary education, also in tertiary education, in SSC or HSC, that female are doing good. They get the great mark. So that is the main our point, that yes, our country always trying to empower the women in the educational sector, and we are give the privilege women in our educational sector, and always welcoming each and every family to please send your girl. Your boys is always preferred. Okay, send your girl for education, because education give you knowledge, and knowledge give you power, and power give you freedom. So that is the main thing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's really nice to know about the education system in your country. With your wonderful and positive thoughts, may I ask you about the inspiration behind your success?
Okay. It's a very much emotional question. So I think that behind my success, at first I give the gold medal to my mother, because she was the woman who gave me the lesson then how to respect another woman. So that is the main point I learned from my mother. So for that reason, when I got my Chancellor Gold Medal from the President of Republic of Bangladesh, I just took the medal and give that medal in the feet of my mom, in the feet of my mother. that yes, this is the place. It is not the place, this is the place. So so my mother is the main inspiration who give me so behind my success. And also, yes, my father also doing very much initiative, because in every night my father told me, yes, my dear son, you got this problem, okay, please come to me, I solve it, because father in a family, father actually the whole house, and mother actually the door. So when you always before you go for sleep, you always lock the door. So door is very much important part of our whole house. So that is the main inspiration. Yes, my friends, my sister, my brothers give me inspiration. Also, now today my child also give me inspiration, because he will be my successor. So that is that are my inspiration. And yes, Dr. Aruna also give me inspiration to give me this platform to this chance. So give me the chance to talk about education. Thank you.
That was really great hearing all that. In the end, I would like to ask if there is any message that you would like to give to the audience, teachers, and all us students.
The main message is here that if you are not a honest man in your life, then it's not possible for you to get the success, to touch the goal of your success. So in the lives are ups and downs. It's a curve, it's a two-dimensional curve. If I am showing the two-dimensional curve, and life is some of the time is ups and some of the time is down. But if you are honest, and if you are always believe you, not other one, always believe you that yes, I am this one. I always believe myself that yes, I have this capacity, I have this capability, I have this power, and yes, I am valuable. If you think that yes, I am valuable from inside me, yes, then you are valuable. Value is not a meaning that you are buying me. It's the value inside you, come the core feeling from your heart. So you have the capacity, you have the capability, so you have the value inside you, from inside you, and you become an honest people, honest man or woman in your life. Then yes, it's not impossible anything that mission impossible. No, mission is possible. So it's possible for you to get everything in your pocket. So honesty is the best policy. So my last message is here. We are now in a world, is a global village. So always trying to respect the elders, always trying to respect your parents. And I am always suggest one thing, or is my request to your younger, the teenager. So I don't want any old home or old house in the society, because your mother, your father, your asset, your mother, your father, your asset. So if you think that yes, they are our asset, then you become a successful man in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating message. It's truly inspiring and will be helpful for everyone. With these concluding words, now
Yes, Rasleen, I'm so sorry to intervene you. I'm so sorry. I would definitely want to share a few words with the intellectual wisdom shared by our professor on platform today. I mean, I always think that, you know, the way I am going slowly and steadily forward, it's so much aligned with the thoughts that the intellectuals share here for us. And when you said values, the important message that you give, I always, in all my sessions, in all my trainings, I always tell education has a definition. Everybody should know the meaning of education. Education is one that you get a degree in your hand and your certificates, the doctorate, the higher double doctorate or double masters, whatever you get. But at the same time, if you don't know where you stand, you don't believe yourself, you don't have values, you don't have honesty, you don't have integrity, you don't have those values in you, then your education is just means that you are literate but not educated. So when both combine together, that makes a person who's completely educated, and that will lead you to the best of your life. So I'm so much happy to be listening to your words, Professor. It is really inspirational. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's my
Yes,
honor. It's my honor, madam, that you give such a great words for my speech. So I am so much happy. I'm so much happy and glad to get this kind of words from you.
my pleasure. Yes, Rasleen, over to you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating message. Now, I would like to invite my mentor and Chief Management Officer of HETS, Dr. Anurup Kaur. She's an author, public speaker, and a great educationist. She's having experience of more than 25 years in the field of education. She has received many awards. To name a few are Best Principal Award Hafiz the Nurture Guruvarya Saman 2022, Inspiring an Iconic Woman of the Universe 2022, and many more. Currently, she is working as a senior educator in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Ma'am, may I request you to come forward for the vote of thanks?
Thank you, Rasleen and Aayush. Wonderful episode. And it was really amazing. First of all, on behalf of HETS family, I express my gratitude to God for the incredible achievement of completing this 11th episode of Unheard Stories, the True Intellectual Warriors. For this wonderful initiative, I am really obliged, and I want to pay my heartfelt gratitude to the founder and managing director of HETS, Dr. Aruna Vatkar. This move is definitely going to inspire many of us, especially our guest, Professor Mohammed Shahriar. Whatever he has shared was amazing, heart touching, and inspiring. So I'm really thankful to him for sharing his wonderful stories with all of us and sharing some good strategies that government of Bangladesh is using to motivate women. So empowerment of women is really important in every area. That is really amazing that the government is doing, and we are also sharing this on this platform. I'm obliged to all the other members of HETS for their unstinted support. Last but not the least, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful to all the audience present here, and I would also like to share that we will hear many more stories from all over the world in the coming weeks. Those who are interested in sharing, kindly contact us at 951 301 9990. Our another number is 951 3088 990. And do not forget to join us on next Saturday to hear another great intellectual warrior. Thank you, everyone, once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.